I shall cause
darkness seek to reach all the corners of the earth.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome to RoundUp.
We're so glad to have you with us. Today's episode is packed with engaging segments and inspiring reports, so stay tuned.
Our teams have been hard at work preparing insightful stories to share with you today. Here's a quick look at what's coming up in today's episode.
We start with a special report update about the Middle Eastern conflict. Then we head to Indonesia for another tasty cuisine. And finally, we head to the United Kingdom where we experience a day in Aisha Academy.
To get started, let's check out this week's headlines. Hassan is here to bring us the latest news and trends. Assalamu alaikum, Hassan. How are you doing today?
Wa alaikum salam, Nasser and Ghani bhai. I'm doing well, alhamdulillah. Let's dive into this week's top stories. A big storm called Storm Bar is heading to UK this weekend, bringing heavy wind, snow and rain. The Met Office has issued yellow amber weather warnings for snow and ice covering Northern Ireland, much of Wales, the north of England and the southwest coast and almost all of Scotland. Snowfall could melt quickly in some areas, causing flooding. This follows a cold snap earlier this week, which shut over 200 schools and disrupted trains. The International Criminal Court has issued arrest warrants for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, his former defense chief and Hamas leader Ibrahim al-Masri. Netanyahu and Gallant are accused for crimes like starvation in Gaza and persecuting Palestinians. Al-Masri is charged with mass killings and hostage-taking during the October 7 attacks on Israel. The ICC says it will keep investigating even though Al-Masri is reportedly dead. This is a major step in holding people accountable for alleged war crimes in the Gaza conflict. Scientists in Russia have discovered a 32,000-year-old saber-toothed cat cub preserved almost perfectly in the permafrost of northeastern Russia. The cub, about 3 weeks old when it died, still has its dark brown fur, unlike previous finds that were just bones. This rare discovery is giving researchers their first look at what these ancient cats really look like. Found in the Badyarika River, it's part of the Humanitarian genus, which lived millions of years ago and grew up the size of lions. Experts say this find, caused by melting permafrost due to climate change, is an exciting breakthrough for understanding ancient animals. Those were the headlines for this week. Over to you, Nasser and Ghani bhai. Jazakallah.
Jazakallah. It's always helpful to have a key overview of what's happening around the world.
Absolutely, Ghani. Now, for our first segment, we turn to a special report from the Middle East covering the Israel and Palestine conflict.
Yes, I'll be guiding you through the key developments and events shaping the region. Let's talk about what's happening in Gaza, where Palestinian families are going through unimaginable hardships because of the ongoing war with Israel. The situation is dire. Over the past year, tens of thousands of Palestinians have been killed, and nearly 70% of those who have died were women and children, according to the United Nations. Most were killed in their homes as Israeli airstrikes targeted densely populated neighborhoods. Families have nowhere safe to go, and entire communities have been destroyed. In northern Gaza, Israel has launched a massive military operation, telling people to evacuate, but many can't leave. Food, water, and medical supplies have run out for those trapped. Aid workers describe the area as a place of complete devastation, where people are starving and living in rubble. The UN says Israel's actions show little regard for the lives of civilians. Its attacks on homes, schools, and hospitals violate international laws meant to protect innocent people in wartime. Meanwhile, Gaza's children are paying the heaviest price. They've lost their homes, their families, and even their ability to attend school. 1 in 3 of those killed is a child. The UN says the weapons used by Israel are too powerful for such crowded areas, making life unbearable for everyone living there. Palestinians are also suffering under a blockade that means it's nearly impossible to get essential supplies. Aid organizations are calling for an immediate end to the violence and more help for the people of Gaza, but the fighting continues. It's a heartbreaking situation and the world is watching. Let's hope for a time when peace and justice can be brought to the people of Gaza.
Jazakallah for the update, Ghani. Let's keep all of those suffering from the conflict in our prayers and pray for a swift end to all hostilities, inshallah. Now, up next, we reflect on this week's Friday sermon, which always provides meaningful guidance and wisdom. Rohail and Usman will take us through the key points and lessons from this sermon. Let's join them now.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today we're diving into one of the most remarkable events in Islamic history, the Treaty of Hudaybiyah.
Absolutely. It's an event filled with powerful lessons on patience, strategy and trust in Allah. So let's take our listeners back to 6 AH when this treaty unfolded.
That's right. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ and his companions travelled to Makkah for Umrah. But when they reached a place called Hudaybiyah, the Quraysh blocked their way and refused to let them enter the city.
Exactly. Imagine the tension in that moment. Despite the hostility, the Prophet ﷺ remained calm and sent Budayl bin Warqa, a local chieftain, to negotiate. He assured Budayl that the Muslims came peacefully and wanted to avoid any conflict.
And Budayl was convinced. He took the message to the Quraysh, but they were skeptical, so they sent one of their top negotiators, Urwa bin Masud.
Yes, and this part is so fascinating. When Urwa arrived, he observed the Muslims' behavior. He saw how the companions showed incredible respect and love for the Prophet ﷺ. It left such a strong impression that Urwa told the Quraysh, these people will never abandon him.
Subhanallah, what a powerful observation, but the negotiations didn't end there. The Prophet ﷺ sent Hazrat Uthman anhu to Makkah as an ambassador.
That's right, and here's where things took a dramatic turn. When the news spread that Hazrat Uthman anhu might have been killed, the Muslims pledged their unwavering loyalty to the Prophet ﷺ under a tree. This was the famous Bayat-e-Ridwan.
Such an incredible moment of unity. This pledge showed us readiness to defend their faith, no matter the cost. But thankfully, Hazrat Uthman anhu returned safely, and eventually a truce was agreed upon.
Yes, the Treaty of Hudaybiyah seemed unfair to many companions at first, but it turned into a brilliant strategy. It allowed peace for 10 years and gave Islam the space to grow and spread.
Exactly. It shows us that patience, trust in Allah, and taking a long-term view can turn challenges into opportunities.
Absolutely. And the unity of the companions reminds us how strong we can be when we stand together, even in difficult times.
Couldn't agree more. Jazakallah Uthman for this insightful discussion, and Jazakallah to our viewers for joining us.
Jazakallah. Until next time. Assalamu alaikum.
Jazakallah Rohail and Rashman for those thoughtful insights. There's always so much to learn from the Friday sermon.
Absolutely. And if you missed the full sermon, don't forget to catch up on MTA. It's definitely worth listening to it entirely.
Now, we take you to Indonesia for a look at one of the country's most iconic dishes.
Our team has been exploring how this popular dish is made and why it holds such a special place in Indonesian culture. Let's take a look.
Assalamualaikum teman-teman. Kali ini saya akan membahas tentang salah satu makanan paling populer di Indonesia, yaitu sate. Sate terbuat dari daging yang dipotong kecil-kecil, kemudian ditusuk menggunakan tusuk kayu, dan dibarang menggunakan bara arang kayu. Teman-teman, tahu nggak ada berapa macam jenis sate di Indonesia? 5, 10, 20. Ternyata Indonesia memiliki lebih dari 200 macam jenis sate. Wah, banyak banget ya. Sate diketahui berasal dari Jawa, Indonesia. Nama sate konon berasal dari bahasa Jawa, sabetang, yang artinya satu tusuk. Sate telah dianggap sebagai salah satu masakan nasional Indonesia yang juga populer di negara-negara Asia Tenggara lainnya, seperti Malaysia, Singapura, Filipina, dan Thailand. Biasanya daging yang dipakai untuk sate adalah daging ayam, sapi, kambing, dan domba. Tapi di beberapa daerah ada juga yang menggunakan daging ikan, rusa, kelinci, dan kuda. Setiap daerah juga memiliki olahan sate dengan bumbu uniknya tersendiri loh. Salah satu sate yang paling dikenal di Indonesia adalah sate Madura. Sate Madura biasanya menggunakan daging ayam yang dibumbui dengan saus kacang tanah, petis, dan bawang merah. Untuk penyajiannya, sate Madura dihidangkan dengan bumbu kecap, lontong, dan juga acar. Sate lainnya yang juga populer adalah sate lilit dari Bali. Sate ini menggunakan daging ikan atau sapi yang dicincang, diberi aneka bumbu, lalu dililitkan ke batang serai sebelum dibakar menggunakan arang. Karena dililit pada batang serai, sate ini mengeluarkan aroma yang harum. Sate Padang juga terkenal loh. Sate ini berasal dari Sumatera Barat dan terbuat dari daging, lidah, atau jeroan sapi yang direbus terlebih dahulu menggunakan rempah-rempah sebelum dibakar. Sate ini punya dua jenis. Sate Padang panjang memiliki bumbu kuning karena menggunakan kunyit, sementara sate Pariaman memiliki bumbu merah karena menggunakan lebih banyak cabai. Nah, kalau yang mau saya coba ini adalah sate Padang dan sate Solo. Yuk kita cobain satenya. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Amin. Rasanya cenderung gurih dan sedikit pedas karena menggunakan rempah-rempah seperti pala, jinten, dan lada. Yuk kita cobain sate Solonya. Rasa sate Solo lebih manis dan lebih gurih karena menggunakan kecap. Aku lanjut makan lagi ya. Nah, itu dia sebagian semacam jenis sate yang populer di Indonesia. Sebenarnya masih ada banyak lagi sate yang populer di Indonesia. Ada sate Ponorogo yang merupakan pelopor sate di Indonesia. Ada sate Marangi yang menggunakan kecombrang, ada sate Kelatak yang menggunakan jeruji sepeda sebagai tusukannya, dan masih banyak lagi. Wah, saya jadi pengen nyobain semuanya deh. Kalian juga enggak? Kalau begitu, yuk mampir ke Indonesia. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
That looked absolutely delicious, and it's such a beloved dish. It's wonderful to see its preparation and cultural significance.
Definitely, Gunny. I'll need to try some of that soon. It's definitely made me hungry just watching that segment.
Now for our final segment, and it's from here in the UK, where we learn more about Aisha Academy.
This institution offers a range of courses designed to empower students and promote learning. We'll hear from students and the principal to get a deeper understanding of what Aisha Academy is really all about.
It's Friday morning at Bedalasan Mosque in South London, home to the esteemed Aisha Academy. This institution is dedicated to the study of theology and modern languages. Each year, a selected group of up to 20 girls are chosen from a highly competitive application process. This year, MTA Lajna UK has been granted exclusive access to follow these girls and uncover the unique experiences and opportunities Aisha Academy has to offer.
Aisha Academy stands tall, fulfilling all our dreams. Dedicated souls are pursued to learn.
The day at Aisha Academy begins with the recitation of the Quran, followed by a morning assembly. Aisha Academy offers hybrid learning facilities for girls both in the UK and abroad. The curriculum spans a wide range of subjects, all taught by highly qualified teachers. Some of the facilities at Aisha Academy include a dining room and study spaces designed for collaborative learning and individual study.
Every Friday we do presentations on different topics that are outside the curriculum, whichever topic interests the girls. So some people have done the importance of honey, some people have done different surahs of the Quran, and it just helps. I've noticed that lots of girls say that we didn't have confidence to speak in front of other people before, but now that we've been doing these presentations regularly and speaking in front of everyone, it's helped them be able to do this outside of Aisha Academy as well. So that's a really good blessing as well.
I agree. It's really nice that we're building up our confidence, not just with academic stuff, but also like Jamaati things. We're organising jalsas and stuff, and we see like our moms perhaps or Tilsaba organising events, and now we're doing it too and practicing for when we have to do them in the future as well.
Yeah, that's one of the benefits, or one of the many benefits of Aisha Academy, and I would encourage everyone.
Aisha Academy is not just all about learning. A huge aspect of our academy is our social events and trips. We plan our jalsas and Eid Milan parties. This year we also planned a trip to Canterbury. In this trip we learned about the historical significance of the place, but we also grew closer to each other and enjoyed each other's company during the day.
May Allah Ta'ala bless all of them who have completed their courses, and may Allah Ta'ala bless all those who are still waiting that they will join the Aisha Academy in future, inshallah Ta'ala.
Learn and lead the way.
What an inspiring report. Aisha Academy is doing incredible work, and it's great to see the positive impact it's having on its students.
Absolutely. Educational institutions like Aisha Academy play such a vital role in shaping the future of our communities.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for in today's episode.
Join us next week to not miss out on any of the informative reports that we have from all around the world.
And don't forget to check out our social media where you can find all the behind-the-scenes content and updates on future episodes.
But until next time,
Assalamu alaikum.
Oh, I shall call, oh, I shall call, I shall call, oh, I shall call, I shall call. Thy message to reach all the corners of the earth. Oh, I shall call, oh, I shall call, I shall call, oh, I shall call, I shall call. Thy message to reach all the corners of the earth. Oh, I shall call, oh, I shall call, I shall call, oh, I shall call, I shall call. Thy message to reach all the corners of the earth.